everyone, it's Michael and
Ruben
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, bringing you all the really exciting stuff, including this one's a little bit different. This is another one in our epic buybacking series. And it's not like a wow factor, look at all that silver, although there is, I don't know, probably about 20 kilos of silver here. But it's more just a curiosity of what came in. This is a buyback that I did earlier on this afternoon from a gentleman who, and I've used this example many times on various videos, where he actually takes the silver and literally buries it in the ground, and then when he needs it, he digs it back up. So because he buries it in the ground, we get all these fascinating tones, fascinating colours, and also because Mr. X, he's been buying for a long time, we always get this really fascinating mix. Because he just buys, when he does buy it, he just buys anything. He says, whatever you've got, just sell it to me, buybacks, the whole lot. So we get these, when he sells back, we get these fascinating combinations. So you've got everything from, you can see there, he's clipped that one with the backhoe, but everything from, Perth mints, that's an old Perth mint. So that one would be from the
left-facing
80s,
swan there.
90s.
And you can see where another bar or something has been resting on it, and the two different tones there.
You've got some pamps in there. They'll be the older type pants. They're pamps. They're toned. That's an old. You can tell this is an old bar because it's not a. Got to put my eyes on. It's an old, not a kilo. It's 1.013.
Yep.
So you've got yourself an extra 13 grams there. But this is an old Matthew Garrett. So that's a very old bar there. There's another old one there, but this one, actually, that one, I've never heard of New Zealand Pure. I don't know. I've got to do a bit more research into that one. So it's just a Golden West. But this one, this is probably only the second or third type of these bars that I've seen. And this is the one that really caught my attention.
It looks like a 10-ounce bar that's gotten fat at the bottom. Like if you look at it on top, it looks like a 10-ounce bar.
Just the whole lot, it's just...
That's unique.
It is. So it's 24.44 ounces. So it's an odd size, but it's an old Drew. Now, Drew was a manufacturer from the States back in the 70s. They went out of business, and they were in Berkeley, California. So how on earth it got over here, I don't know. They're very unusual to see them. I reckon that's only about the second or third bar of Drews that I've ever seen and certainly handled. So this is one of the fascinating things about this job is that you get these types of fantastic sellbacks where it's all sorts of odds and sods, and you get these unusual characters. And this is the stuff, I'm really geeking out here quite a bit, but this is the stuff people talk about, what's your favourite thing? This is the sort of stuff that really floats my boat.
It's got a story. It's got history. It's had something interesting happen to it. It's a rare bar. Yeah.
And most people would look at this and go, oh, look, that looks terrible, but the toning on it, the character in it, the old type bars, even just the old Perth mint, just to see one of those, it's pretty unusual. We do get them through the store, but it's pretty unusual to see those very old left-facing swans. The old Matthew Garretts. You don't see them anymore. And then to have, these rare things like this turn up, it's just it gives me goosebumps. So when you're coming into store,
I'm gonna preempt the question. Yeah, are they available for sale?
By the time you see this video, they will have already gone, because at the moment we're finding that as we're buying them, people are saying, "Oh wow, you've just bought that back. I'll buy it straight away." So they're not even making it to the back room. The only reason I saw these is because I did the buyback. If one of the other guys had done it, they would have already been sold and gone. But it doesn't hurt when you come into the store. Say, do you have any buybacks? If you're in the market for them, say, do you have any buybacks? And the guys will tell you yes or no. Don't be upset if they say no, because they do go out fairly quickly.
That's the other thing. If you do see them online listed as buyback kilos or other buyback items, I'm definitely not guaranteeing that it'll be anything like this necessarily, but it does happen, and that's where we move them. We just put them up online as buyback kilos, and you never know what you're going to get.
And you got to treat buyback as a lucky dip. You can't say I want a buyback and it can only be a Perth mint or can only be a Pamp, because it doesn't work that way. It is really lucky dip. They go so quickly, we don't have time to sort them out. Most people, or a lot of people, would look at these and go, "Oh yuck, I don't want those. I want the shiny one in the corner." But don't just cast these away because they look a bit daggy or a bit old. Because a lot of these
is there a cast pun in there somewhere?
Probably. But they have the character and they have the flaws and they have a story behind them. And yeah, sure, if you want a pretty bar to show everyone, you know, you grab one of those. But if you want something with just a bit of story where people go, what's that? Why on earth? You know, just look at some of these old daggy bars and don't be disappointed. In fact, if you're a bit like me, you'll be excited when you get one of these in a buyback instead of a, you know, just a standard boring old Perth mint.
That's it.
That's all I wanted to say. I just thought this was a fascinating insight into the life of a bullion dealer at times, or someone that works here. So make any comments you like down below. I know it's going to probably light up a few people. People will say, wow, look at that. And other people will go, oh, yeah, that looks terrible. Make those comments below. We'll join in the conversation. And I encourage you, when you come into store, just ask for the buybacks. Or if you see them online, grab them while you can. But be aware you can get the daggiest looking bar like this, or you can get a bright, shiny, brand new. I know one of the buybacks that I sold this morning was effectively a brand new Pamp, still with its certificate in the bag.
Yep.
You could get anything in between.
It happens. All right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We will see you in the next video.
See ya.